So let's get to it. We're all about, our conversation today is how can I purify my body? So I use the word purify very, very intentionally because this is the day and age of everything's a cleanse, everything's detox. You got to cleanse your body. And I want us to shift that mindset a little bit because it's not so much that you are very toxic and you need, this cleanse and this cleaning. And also that, I think the word cleanse or detox signifies just a short period of time. And I want us to begin to have the mindset that every day is a choice to live clean. Every day is a choice to purify your body and support your body and nourish your body. When we yo-yo and do like the 3-day juice cleanse and then we do, some other kind of cleanse for a couple days, it's not super supportive to our body, and it's also not fixing the root, the underlying condition that's going on. It helps, of course, but and I go over it in Body Belief in great detail. I believe that at the root of making lasting health changes is us reconnecting to our bodies, us living in our bodies. And when we live in our bodies and we get to know ourselves again and we get to hear the conversation we're having with ourselves again, that's when, so there's 3 steps we're going to talk about today to purifying your health. Step number 1, when we reconnect to our body and form that relationship with ourselves for either the first time or again, and we rekindle, we get to know ourselves again, we get to listen to the cues from our body, we get to hear the conversation we're having with ourselves in the privacy of our own minds. That is when we can begin to purify our thoughts. At the root of any lasting health change or any lasting life change is our thoughts. Our thoughts dictate our behaviors dictate our health and our life. Plain, simple, period. Even more, your body and all of the cells in your body hear every single thing your brain says. So every single thought you have impacts not just your behaviors, which impact your life, but impacts your cellular physiology. So if you constantly are having berating, abusive thoughts towards yourself, or you're picking on yourself, you're saying you're not good enough, you're saying you're not worthy enough, you're saying I told you so, or I always knew we would wind up in this situation, guess what? You're not only creating a self-fulfilling prophecy because your perception shifts based on those thoughts, and then how you see the world shifts based on those thoughts. But even more, you're creating a really stressful environment in your mind, which causes all sorts of stress hormones to be released, things like cortisol and norepinephrine. And those stress hormones actually begin to kill your cells. And I'm not saying we have to avoid stress because that's impossible. I'm just saying, can we have more supportive and loving and kind thoughts than we do not? So 55% kind, loving thoughts to 45% abusive, self-hatred, berating thoughts. We're doing good. We're doing pretty good. 70-30, awesome. 80-20, you're rocking it. So in all of this, be easy on yourself. But the true, I think the core principle to radical healing, to changing your health, to changing your life, to choosing a lifestyle and a diet plan and all of these things that's actually going to stick, one that you're not going to sabotage, is rooted in you purifying your thoughts. So to go from a place of there's no hope, there's no possibility, this sucks, it's never going to change, that's kind of that really abusive, highly stressed, highly toxic thought to your body, to a space of, well, it's changed for other people, right? I've been in a place like this before and things did get better. You could look towards someone that you look up to that has made the changes you want to make, and you say, well, so-and-so did it, so I guess I could do it too. Or you know, I think a common thought I see a lot, especially surrounding the health conversation, is people say it's in my genes. You know, it's my genetics. I'm doomed. I'm going to get this disease or this illness because my mom had it or my dad had it or my grandmother had it. And the science disproves that thought. You know, you have a genetic predisposition that you are born with. So you might have gotten those genes, but how you live your life, the thoughts you think, the food you eat, how you manage your stress, how much you sleep, the relationships you choose, those impact the genetic expression. So whether or not that gene turns on is really up to the choices you make every day, right down to the thoughts you think. So to begin, you know, and if you want greater detail on this, head into my book, Body Belief. But I just opened to this page 16, let me just read. Your beliefs dictate your behavior, and your behavior dictates your health. Your underlying and most unconscious beliefs dictate your daily thoughts and actions. How? Perhaps as a child you witnessed your mom become ill, and your mother's illness led directly to your belief that all mothers are ill, or all women are sick. And as you grew into womanhood, you believed that it must be your lot in life, so you don't bother to honor your health by sleeping enough or exercising because you don't believe it will make any difference. And you befriend other sick women because that is your model of what women are. Or, here's another, if you supported your best friend as she beat breast cancer, you believe breast cancer is beatable. And you make sure to eat lots of green vegetables, take antioxidant supplements, see your doctor regularly, are first in line at cancer walks, you proudly share your friend's story. You know, so those are two greatly differing perspectives depending on what you were exposed to, and then our beliefs form from that. Our belief, as my teacher Abraham always says, is just a thought you keep thinking. So, you know, you either think your beliefs into a reality, or you think them into how the behaviors you choose, right? And it shifts and affects your entire life. The absolute best thing about beliefs is that they are changeable. So we can purify our beliefs or our thoughts. Here's another bit from the book. If you're like most people, you're not consciously aware of your repetitive thoughts and beliefs. Most of you don't even realize how often you say your health beliefs and personal philosophies out loud in casual settings. Think social gatherings, dinners with friends, things like that. Have you heard yourself saying anything like, I'm always sick? Or I'm going to get diabetes, everyone in my family has it. Or cancer runs in my family, it's inevitable. Or my dad gave me his gene for heart attacks. I have my mother's knees. Whatever it is, I'm sure you have some type of ingrained belief about your health. I'm sure you think them and outwardly share them with others a lot. Know that they are shifting your life and your health because these beliefs are affecting your brain, your body, and your daily behaviors. So remember, your thoughts are a part of your illness and your wellness. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that. If you want more on this book, a large portion of this book is all about not just how important your beliefs are, but how to change them. There's tons of really amazing tools that I've developed over 15 years in clinical practice working with people to help you begin to shift your beliefs. And it's not about going from completely negative to completely positive. I think that's unrealistic and doesn't stick. It's just about softening that thought. It's about how can I say it a little better? How can I say it so it doesn't feel so much like an attack on myself or so incredibly negative? How can I instill a little hope or a little possibility for change into that belief? That's what it's all about. That's the key. So we start to shift those beliefs, right? And then we're going to head into step number 2 to purify your health. When our beliefs are shifted, guess what? Our behaviors shift. And so then we can start to choose pure, nutritional foods, nutrient-dense foods that support and nourish our body. So step number 1, purifying your thoughts. Step number 2, purifying your diet. And if you've been following me for a while, you know my deal. I am all about eating foods as close to their natural state as possible. I'm all about avoiding adulterated foods that are loaded with pesticides, chemicals, genetically modified foods, foods with lots of sugar, foods with artificial sweeteners. We need to avoid all of those and eat foods as close to their natural state as possible. As a practitioner of Chinese medicine and someone who's been in the field of helping people reawaken their health for 15 years, I am a proponent of eating animal protein. Good quality animal protein, grass-fed, pasture-raised animal protein. In moderation, of course, a couple ounces, a couple times a week, I think awesome. I'm a big fan of eggs. I think they're one of the most nutrient-dense foods. I'm a huge fan of every single kind of vegetable that exists. I prefer them cooked over raw. I think our diet should be 80% cooked to 20% raw, max. Chinese medicine, again, we see too much raw food as really slowing down the digestive system. It's hard for our body to digest these raw foods. Oh, Jennifer, I just got my copy. Can't wait to start reading it. Thank you. Yay. Enjoyed. Let us know how you like it. Yeah, if anybody else just got their copies, please post and let me know. I'm so excited. Or if you started reading, please post and let me know. And also, Jennifer and anyone else, just so you know, we have a Body Belief Facebook group. There's a couple hundred people in there now, which is amazing. And I am actually going to do an impromptu Facebook Live on that group in a little bit today, probably around like 1:15 or 1 o'clock. So join that group too, so you can get the right support for that Body Belief program. So again, back to foods. I love vegetables. I love good healthy fats. So things like coconut oil, cultured ghee, grass-fed butter. If you can do dairy, I'm a huge fan of like avocados, sprouted nuts and seeds. Right? I think all beans and nuts should be soaked and sprouted before we consume them, as otherwise they're very hard to digest. So picture this. I want you to think about eating the way your great-grandmother ate. Very limited packaged foods. If they are packaged, that they have like 2 or 3 ingredients you understand, ingredients you can find individually very easily. If you can't pronounce it, I don't want you to eat it. We say in Chinese medicine, if it sits on your counter and it doesn't go bad, you shouldn't eat it. It doesn't offer you any life force or qi. So pure, good quality foods. I have in this book, because this is really about healing autoimmune diseases, which a huge percentage of our population has an autoimmune disease. It's an epidemic right now. A lot of people are walking around that they don't even know they have an autoimmune disease. And then there are about 30 million American women in their prime, 20s, 30s, and 40s, that have been diagnosed. And I assume there's probably another 20 to 30 million that have not been diagnosed. It takes the average autoimmune client 5 years and 12 doctors before they get a diagnosis. So this book is for you and the diet and lifestyle plan I have laid out. If any of these resonate, do you feel foggy-headed in the morning, have a hard time concentrating? Do you feel exhausted even after sleeping 7 to 8 hours? Do your hormones feel out of whack most of the time? Does your body ache often? Do you regularly experience gas or bloating or indigestion? You have eczema, psoriasis, or any other skin condition that won't go away, rosacea. Struggling to get pregnant and or have had multiple miscarriages, a hard time losing weight, do you go in and out of bouts of anxiety and depression, do you experience random environmental allergic responses, chronic sinus issues, both, do you feel like you're always catching that cold that's going around the office? If you answered yes to, I'd say 2 or 3 of these, chances are there's a lingering or underlying autoimmune condition, and this is the book for you. And the Purify diet plan is all in here. So purify your body. Number 1 step is to purify your thoughts. Number 2 is to purify that diet. Choose nutrient-dense, wholesome foods as close to their natural state as possible. And step number 3 is another behavior. So we're purifying our thoughts, which affect our behaviors, which then affect our health. So we're purifying our thoughts to shift our behavior, which from dietary perspective is from a place of little self-sabotaging, abuse, who cares, why does it matter, to a place of I am worthy of nourishment, I am worthy of good quality food, I'm worthy of taking the time to eat, of taking the time to cook food for myself, I'm worthy of these wholesome, nutrient-dense foods because my cells are programmed to thrive and I'm worthy of feeling better than I do. Purify your thoughts, purify your diet, and step number 3, purify your skincare routine. So I'm going to have a sip of my very nutrient-dense snack. This is bone broth, homemade, with an egg whisked into it, and it's so good. I notice I'm eating out of glass with a stainless steel straw, We use very little plastic in this house because of all the toxins in the plastic, but that's a conversation for another time. It is something I address in here. Purifying your skincare. And look at this. I'm so supported today. I just keep opening up to the exact page that I need to in my book. So this comes from chapter 9 in Body Belief, page 129. A little known fact. The average woman is exposed to 500 chemicals before she leaves the house in the morning. And those 500 chemicals, most of them are what are called endocrine disrupting chemicals. So that means they mess with your hormones. That means they screw up your hormones. That means if you're having challenges getting pregnant, your periods are wonky, you get hormonal acne, you feel really premenstrual before your periods, or you're having a really rough time with menopause, or that shift, from peri into regular menopause, you have got to look to your skincare. Everything that touches your body, or the products you breathe in, even think perfume, think what you clean your, what you spray your clothes with before you iron them, or what you clean your floors with, what you spray on your windows, all of that gets into your bloodstream and affects your hormones. The Western scientific opinion, the leading reason that we are in an autoimmune epidemic in the United States is because since the 80s we've introduced over 100,000 chemicals into our environment. 100,000 chemicals that are messing with our hormones. So women are getting affected more than men because women's hormones profile changes, every week basically, even if you're in your prime or you're heading into menopause, doesn't matter. Men are still affected for certain, but because women, we like products. We like to put stuff on our, we have a cream for this and a cream for that, and this, a blemish stick for this, and our eyeshadow and our lip gloss and all of these things, our nail polish, our deodorant, our perfume. 500 chemicals before you leave the house in the morning. You gotta purify your skincare routine. You have to think, what am I putting on my skin? What am I exposing my body to? What am I exposing my family to? Right? We clean the house with vinegar, tea tree oil, water, baking soda, things like that, because I have a child and I have a husband who I love them both very, very much. When I met my husband, he was in the midst of a sinus infection for a solid year. Back to 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 back antibiotics. I don't think he's had one sinus infection in the 4 years we've been together. Maybe we've been together for 5 years. I can't really remember. I think it's 4 years. Yeah, so totally changed. He uses so I have my own skincare line, but, and if he doesn't use my skincare, he uses stuff that is Amy approved, if you will. We have these Amy approved skincare, household cleaning lists that we can share with you. They're also all in this book. In the back on the Go Snack Ideas, in the back, Body Belief approved personal care products, page 203. I go over everything from body lotion, shampoo, face wash, facial scrub, moisturizer, toner, eye cream, blemish, deodorant, lip balm, lip gloss, foundation, eyeshadow. That alone is worth the $2 that you need to spend on the ebook right now. Nail polish, and then I have Body Belief approved household and cleaning products. These products are impacting your health on a multitude of levels, and you don't even realize it. So my rule of thumb, and what I am rooted in my mission with when it comes to my skincare line, Amy Route Beauty, is if you can't eat it, it should never get near your skin or go on your skin. Your products should be pure enough to eat. They should be made of really simple ingredients. I use things like coconut oil. I use things like ghee, sweet almond oil, sesame oil, USDA certified organic essential oils. That's really important to me. Everything I use is USDA certified organic, no pesticides, no harmful ingredients, no sulfates, no parabens, nothing. My skincare has a 6-month lifespan on it, even though it usually lasts longer than that. But that's because I don't add anything to preserve it. And so we keep the packaging the way we do, and it's small batch, it's handcrafted. I still make it myself. I now have it in a professional kitchen. I used to make it out of my own kitchen, and now I have a little team that helps me. But Amy Raupp still makes Amy Raupp Beauty, and I plan to continue it that way because it's that important to me, and I infuse lots of love and good energy into it too, which I think is really important when it comes to what we're putting on our skin. So I want you to begin to think about that. So we're purifying our thoughts, we're purifying our diet, and we're purifying our skincare. And that's the most important. Those are the 3 key steps to purifying your health, to radically changing your health. And again, you want more? Head over to amyraupp.com/book gift. Get your copy of Body Belief. And I have something super duper exciting. We are launching a 30-day Reboot Your Health and Rewire Your Brain transformation. It starts May 6th and runs through June 4th, I believe. My dates might be off, but somewhere around there. And from now until April 30th, you can get it for an early bird discount. You use promo code EARLYBIRD. Head over to amyraupp.com/reboot. Read all about the incredible program. Use the promo code. Get, I want to say, it's like almost a 50% discount between now and April 30th. And this is what you're going to get. We're going to do, like I said, 30 days. You get an email from me every single day with a food tip and an emotional tip. So I'm giving you advice on how to reboot your health and rewire your brain every single day. You get weekly video lessons, you get meditations, you get mantras, you get weekly live group coaching with me in our secret Facebook group. So this will be its own group with its own incredibly supportive, loving, kind community. You're going to get menus, weekly shopping lists, weekly menus, weekly shopping lists, meal plans. You're going to get a whole R&R, so reboot and rewire R&R guide with everything from, there'll be recipes in there, recipes that aren't even in here. So we created more recipes for you guys for this program. You're going to get recipes, again, the meal plans, the shopping list. So we're making it super easy for you. And then there's even tools and tips and strategies on the rewiring of your brain. So you're getting, oh my God, you're getting so much. They say, I think it takes about 2 weeks to make or break a habit. So we're doing 30 days to really get this habit in. And so we're following the Body Belief eating plan. We're going to spend 9 days in the prep phase as we slowly remove all of the toxic, non-supportive to our health foods. Then we're spending 11 days in what I call the Purify Phase. Super clean eating, amazing for healing your body, healing your gut, getting you as healthy as possible. And then we move into the Reawaken Phase, which is the Reawaken Phase in the book lasts longer than our 30-day transformation will last. But I'm getting you started, I'm getting you primed, and then I'm going to let you take the lead on your foods, and as you reintroduce different food groups, see how your body feels. So this is all about you reconnecting to your body, renewing your beliefs, rewiring your brain, and rebooting your health. And so I would love for you to join me. I'm so stoked for it. Again, go to amyraupp.com/reboot, use promo code EARLYBIRD, save lots of money, and it's not even, I think the early bird, it's $72 with that promo code. So you get a ton of information from me for basically $2 a day. And that's incredible. Or maybe it comes out to be $2.25 a day or something like that. So I'd love to see you there. Join me. It's going to be kick-ass. I'm still in the midst of creating all the emails to you guys. I'm like halfway through, and oh my gosh, it's so much information. I'm learning so much. I'm like digging deep into this book. I'm creating new content for you. It is so fun. So I hope to see you guys there. Again, the promo code EARLYBIRD, the special ends 35% off discount, and I think it ends April 30th. If I'm wrong, Beth will correct me in the comments. So I will see you guys next week, okay? Again, if you want more information on me, amyraupp.com. Check out my latest book, Body Belief. The ebook version is only $1.99 until May 7th, so get your copy. Bye.